from the West Gym at Wadsworth High School. It is game number 8 for the boys basketball team. Tonight, the Cloverleaf Colts are paying a visit to the first place undefeated Wadsworth Grizzlies. Hi again, everybody. John Bernard and Nick Accordino with you. And here's the starting lineups for the Cloverleaf Colts. As you see, their record 2-6 and 1-3 in the suburban league. Steve Kuznick leads it off, a sophomore standing at 6'3". Jeff Andrews, a senior wearing number 26-footer. Jason Geyer, new guy on the team, and he started. Chris Pop, senior, 5'11", and Jake Bigley, a sophomore, 6'1", wears number 42. Now, their best player, or shooter, I should say, Seekbert. His father is a minister, and Jim Seekbert, father is a minister, and he takes part in the services they have on Wednesday nights. He might make it here in time for the ball game. We talked about that last year, I believe. Kuzik is starting. Kuzik is another offensive threat for the Colts. Another one not starting, I noticed, is Corey Beebe, one of their better players. So, no, that's that. Here's the Grizzlies starting lineup. And it looks like this, brought to you by Papa John's. Paul Macko. And Macko is a 5'10" senior, averaging 9 points a game. Has 41 steals through the first 7 games. That's almost 6 a game for Paul. Ben Falkenberg, number 22, 21 points a game, shooting 54% on three-pointers and 87% from the free throw line. Mike Marshall, 6'2", senior, 9 points a game, 38.8%. Nick, that is on?
That's his overall scoring average.
No, 38.8%.
Yeah.
Field goal percentage. Ben Schrock, 6'1", senior, 7 points a game, and Jim Fyrus, 6'2", junior, 5 points a game. We're underway.
Marshall unloads the 3 right out of the gate. Kuzik a little bit caught up. Again, the Grizzlies coming with that 1-3-1 trap at half court. Good block by Jimmy Fyrus down on the baseline. Grizzlies come up with a big win the other night in Green. Struggled offensively. Ben Falkenberg held to 6 points the first 3 quarters of that ball game.
Yeah, and went 6 for 6 in the fourth quarter from the free throw line to end up with 12 points. Now we'll talk about the last games played for these two teams when we get a chance. So the Colts starting lineup rather interesting with some key players out of there. Macko gets a shot blocked under the basket.
Paul Macko averaging 9 points a ball game, 61% free field goal percentage from the field for Pauly. So, and like you mentioned earlier, the 41 steals is unbelievable. So
the next closest on the Grizzlies in steals, Fyrus and Schrock getting those steals under the basket, I would have to imagine, with 19 apiece.
You know, most of Paul's steals usually end up with easy opportunities down the offensive end. There's an easy opportunity.
Yeah.
Ben Falkenberg, anytime he's around that three-point line in the first quarter, it's like money.
That was Ben's 21st three-pointer on the season. Grizzly defense trapping.
Strong rebound, Schrock that time ahead to Macko.
Another one, and Falkenberg is nailed by Jeff Andrews, and he'll shoot 3.
Falkenberg, and looking at the stats, John, shooting 54% total, 53% from 2-point, and 54% from the 3-point arc. So get him the basketball, he'll hit him anywhere, and 87% from the free throw line.
Yep, he is now 40 of 46 from the free throw line this season.
Like you mentioned the other night, money in the bank, 6 for 6 down the stretch of that Green ball game. Close ball game all the way. Really, they threw double teams at him the whole night. Didn't get frustrated and ended up closing out the ball game from the free throw line.
Yeah, and Mike Marshall, who had just 7 points, as the Grizzlies shot just 38% against the Bulldogs from the field. And the Grizzlies' 2 leading scorers, Marshall and Falkenberg, combined for 4 of 20 in shooting. But that says something about this team. The 2 top scorers can have an off night, and they find a way to win a big ball game.
I think they're, if I heard correctly this morning, 7th in the state.
That's correct.
Ranked in the state, so.
Coach Martin was telling me that's the highest ever a Wadsworth basketball team has been ranked in the state, at least as long as he's been coaching, and as far back as he can even remember. A boys team from far out. Falkenberg short on that one. And Schrock powers one up as he does so well. But he thinks part of it is they're finally paying homage to last year's team that was never ranked in the AP state poll.
Exactly.
And they went 20-0, never to be found in the rankings. So he says, I think they're finally giving us our due for last year, as well as looking at this year's undefeated team. And when you got a kid going to Navy to play basketball, doesn't hurt.
Right, they are getting that recognition, like you said, but I don't know if this ball club is as good as that ball club last year. They're got a few more attributes, but that team last year was a pretty special ball club. Janica about to check into the ball game. He's made a big difference in this team. Again, taking some of that pressure off of Falkenberg. Able to handle the basketball. And get a quick timeout.
Yeah. In the state poll in Division I, the first weekly Associated Press poll, Wadsworth ranked 7th. The 6 teams above them in order from 1 to 6. Canton McKinley, Cincinnati Moeller, Cincinnati LaSalle, Troy, North Canton, and Clayton Northmont. So that's some pretty good company to be a
lot of good company down there. Canton McKinley Ball Club, not a bad team last year. They were extremely young, so they don't have that big presence. They don't have the Phil Hubbard in the middle, but they got a lot of good, quick shooting guards. So.
Well, and of note for the Grizzlies, Justin Mosier, who's missed now. This is his 3rd game I think he's missed. Been in street clothes the last few games, including tonight's. And Coach Martin telling me he twisted his ankle real bad, and he should be back maybe this Friday. We'll be here for the game against Revere. Janica controlling with the ball. Left side, looks to Marshall in the corner. No look past to Schrock, who just glides inside and lays it off the glass in the back of the rim, and it falls in. Schrock has 4 points.
This is out up on top, 10-0 already. I think it's pretty important for this team. As we're going to see, and we're not seeing a gimmick defense tonight, surprisingly, from Cloverleaf. But I think it's important for the Grizzlies to start establishing an inside presence, and that's what they're doing early in tonight's ball game. They've got to do that because you know you're going to see some funny defenses down the stretch against Falkenberg.
Just 2 starters and 4 letter winners have returned for this Colts team as they get their first basket. Andrews and Seekbert are the returning starters, but we mentioned Seekbert not in attendance as of yet. He may show up in a while. Macko gets his first basket, 12-2.
Good steal by Mike Marshall. Got a hold of Kuzik's arm.
Yes, Jim Seekbert for the Colts averaged 14 points last year as a junior, and this year he is averaging 16 a game, and he has the ability to light it up from outside, and he can also pound the boards. So they're losing a big player without him being here to play against the Grizzlies tonight.
Not a lot of height down on the floor for the Colts either. So again, we lose a shooter. You don't have a lot of inside presence for a long night.
The Colts, though, last Friday, that shot blocked from behind by Macko. It's all loose, and goes out of bounds to Cloverleaf. Cloverleaf coming off a win over the Indians of Copley last Friday. They broke a 3-year winless streak against Copley, beating them 61-50 as the Colts outscored the Indians 27-18 in the final quarter to win that one. Oh, behind the back pass, give the assist to Falkenberg, basket to Macko. Man, Falkenberg averaging 2.5 assists per game.
Well, that was one of the better ones of the season right there, the wraparound pass. Right on the money. Macko never had to break stride to the hoop. One of them ones where if you get it off, coach is happy, everybody yells and screams, the boys throw it in the bleachers, the coach is going to frown on you. That was great accuracy that time as Grizzlies unload some of their bench fire.
There was the replay, Nick. We caught the tail end of it there. That nice pass.
Solitario and Barlow checked into the lineup for the Grizzlies. And also Barber down on the baseline.
Quick inbound jump shot is missed by Kuzic. Quickly down the floor, Falkenberg stops, gets a block from behind as he did not see Jason Geyer creeping from beyond. 14-2, Wadsworth leads it, 3:20 left in the first. Oh, he stepped out of bounds. That was Andrews.
Job by Farver that time, putting the clamps on him. He's using that sidelines as the second defender, forcing the out of bounds and the turnover.
And it looks like Cloverleaf's not going to get much underneath tonight.
Said a little surprised they're not throwing anything at Falkenberg right now, kind of letting him run pretty free on that three-point line.
There he goes, another one right there.
Might be a bad decision here. 9 already for him in the ball game. 2 threes and the 3 free throws from earlier. After last Friday, I'm sure that Ben doesn't mind at all not having the pressure that he took on Friday.
That shot way off the mark. Farver pulls it down off the backboard. Solitario in there now. Gets to Falkenberg, a no look. Fake 3 into Cyrus, out of bounds. Cyrus. Yeah, with Bill Cundiff and David Lowe double teaming Falkenberg that whole entire game. But the Grizzlies did finish 20 of 24 from the line, including 11 of 12 in the fourth quarter.
And that at times has been a problem for this team, so that's a good sign to see him finish strong on the free throw line.
And of course, Cundiff and Lowe, big contributors on that football team for the Green Bulldogs.
Kind of build another year, so we're going to have to put up with him again next year at that quarterback spot. Out on the sidelines, probably Nick Solitario going to be whistled for that one.
And there was a stat I saw, Nick, after that Green game, the Grizzlies won 55-46, that since the 94-95 season, Wadsworth is now 16-3 versus Green.
That's surprising. It seems like they had a stretch where they were
back and forth there, yeah.
But, well, of course, they ended one undefeated run, and I think Doug was a junior. We went up there undefeated.
Yeah.
We were 10-0. They beat us there, and we ended up losing 5 out of the last 10, so they kind of started us off on a skid. They're always going to play you tough. You got good coaching, Coach Kinsley, and it's tough to play over there at Green, but Grizzlies coming away again. Not a spectacular looking ball game that they played, but they got the win. When you win them on the road, they don't have to be pretty.
See, it's 17-2, and we're already talking about other stuff because it's,
like you said, with no outside presence, really they don't have any size. It's going to be a struggle for the full ball club all night long. Now playing a little catch on the three-point arc. Andrews just traveled.
Andrews coming off 4 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds in the game over the Indians. Cody Birdkey gets in the game for the Colts. And Geyer sits down. Colts will kind of run a point guard by committee with Geyer, Beebe, and Andrews all playing well at the point for the Colts this season. Cyrus loses the handle on the pass inside to him, and it's picked up by Andrews. Andrews getting around Solitario. Baseline to Bigley, and then a shot taken out front by Berkey. Brings in Marshall and Schrock for the Grizzlies.
Marlon and Cyrus take a seat. Berkey to inbound for the Cloverleaf Colts. Not a lot of kicking going on that ball club right now. 17-2, 39 seconds left here in the first quarter. Pass inside to Kuzic.
Kuzic, just a sophomore, looks like he'll be a good one. Real skilled offensively, and he'll get to the basket in traffic. A kid that's not afraid to mix it up. Team Kuzic. Marshall gets in the scoring book.
He's looking for some help. Andrews doing most of the ball handling, most of the shooting, most of everything right now.
There's Beebe to fire up a three, and he misses it at the buzzer. Beebe, a regional qualifier in track as a hurdler for the Cloverleaf Colts, and the Grizzlies lead at 19-4 after the first quarter. Looks like we're still working on our floor camera to be operative. That's always fun to mess with. The Colts are under the direction of a new head coach. He's a veteran high school basketball coach, but he's in his first year with the Colts. That would be Doug Hansey, who led Norwayne out there in Preston to 3 Wayne County League titles the last 9 seasons. And he also owns a league championship when he was coach at West Salem Northwestern, giving him 4 conference crowns in 14 seasons as a varsity head coach before taking over the Colts. He is the Colts' 9th head coach in the last 15 seasons.
You can't get that continuity going. They're really struggling year in, year out. Hopefully he'll dig in and try to get that program back up and running.
Yeah, Randy Ensley, as you're looking at the Grizzlies schedule, Randy Ensley was the previous coach for the Colts, who resigned to accept a guidance counselor's position at Lucas High in Richland County. But Ensley was one of the first Cloverleaf coaches in a lot of years that invested significant time and resources to build a youth skills development program at Cloverleaf. So
definitely have to build it up from the ground up and get things going. And Wadsworth, very fortunate, both in the boys and girls, have a lot of good youth programs here in Wadsworth, and youth programs end up feeder systems for your varsity down the road. So it behooves the coach to pay attention to what's going on down at the younger age bracket.
Falkenberg hesitates, then puts up an easy basket. Now, the Cloverleaf girls have turned it around, at least for this season. And they've got a real good team this year, as many of you saw here on WCTV or in person here at the West Gym. 3-pointer by Andrews. Down the rim, no good.
Rebound, Jimmy Cyrus inside. Down low to Schrock. A little too tall for him. He ends up throwing it away.
Schrock, one of the key components of that win over Green. He had 8 points and 9 rebounds in the win over Green. Schrock had 7 of those 9 rebounds in the second half when Coach Martin put him on Ian Fouts. And Fouts ended up with some good numbers for the game. But he scored just 2 points down the stretch before he fouled out in the fourth quarter. So the job Cyrus and Schrock did on Fouts there in the second half was outstanding.
Fouts is a 3-year starter there. He's a big, strong kid, and really probably one of the bigger kids in the entire Suburban League. As a presence inside, so you can shut him down, and that's just a great challenge for Ben Schrock. definitely know what you're going to get from Ben every night. You're going to get a lot of hard
blue-collar
work.
guy.
Yep, a lot of hard work, a lot of glass work.
So it looks like Kuzik will take some free throws after the foul on Schrock. So Cloverleaf in the, they have those financial troubles out there in their district, and that has a lot to do with the sports teams as well. Going back to Coach Hamzy, the 9th coach in the last 15 seasons. The last Cloverleaf coach in his first year to have a winning season was Joe Pratt, 1974-75 season. The last winning season for the boys basketball team at Cloverleaf was 1987-88. And that was under Coach Rick Hewitt. Since that last winning season in 87-88, the Colts' best record has been 9-12. They were 3-18 a year ago. As Janiga stops for a three, a little short on it. Rebound Mako, whips over to Falkenberg. Wide open three-pointer. He's not going to miss that one.
Already with more points tonight here in the first half, first quarter, and a little bit of the second quarter. Already with 14 points in the ballgame, more than he had the other night. So, again, a little bit of that frustration being paid back to the Cloverleaf Colts.
And high game this season is 27.
Kuzik now with 7 for the Colts.
Yeah, he's one of the lone bright spots of the youngsters on this Colts team. As Kuzik had 19 points and 8 rebounds in their win over the Indians Friday.
Hard team to figure out. Copley, year in, year out, it seems like they've just got an abundance of talent and just can't seem to get things going. This year, particularly, they're young. They've got a couple of freshmen up. Again, I think that ball club would just be able to win a few more games with some of the talent that they have. Eddie Burton is checked out.
Geyer waiting to inbound on the visitor side.
Up on top. He's done again most of the ball handling. Him and Beebe up on top. There's Mr. Mako with another steal and another 2. Talked about those steals, and that's a lot of easy opportunities that Paul Mako creates from the defensive end.
Kuzik squeezed between the trap there and just threw it into the hands of Chris Barlow. Janiga drives baseline. Nice move from the outside in by Kyle Janiga. Full timeout called by Coach Hamzy. 30-9. See ya, everybody.
Yeah, a little bit tough out there. 30-9 again. Kuzik with most of the scoring for Cloverleaf. He's got 7. Grizzlies led by Falkenberg with 14. Stock's got 4. Mako's got 6. Couple by Barlow and Janiga. And Mike Marshall's got a bucket. Grizzlies in cruise control early in this one. And again, Cloverleaf struggling on the offensive end. Struggling, period. Stopping the Grizzlies and getting anything going offensively.
Wadsworth riding a 28-game regular season winning streak. Going back to the end of 2002. The 20-0 season last year and the 7-0 this year. So they won their last regular season game 2002, won all 20. 2003, they've won 7 this year, 28 in a row.
So they've got a win streak going in the Suburban League. Things are a little tough to come by on the road. Tough stops coming. You got to go over to Talmadge, and that's always a tough place to play. Talmadge did a good job here at home against the Grizzlies, so that's going to be a tough one over there in that bandbox.
And then you got Green coming here, so that
And pack the Magic next Wednesday.
Yes, they do. We'll be here for that one.
We almost had a shot at another undefeated versus undefeated, but Barberton got beat last night by Solon.
I think they already had one loss.
Oh, did they?
Before last night, yeah. Falkenberg decides to take it in and whips a pass under the basket to Barlow, and Barlow has 4 points. Barlow came into tonight averaging 7 points a game off the bench.
Coming in. Remnants of last year.
Yep.
Martin sends 5 to the bench to check in.
Hesitation shot and then put up by Bigley. Jake Bigley makes it 32-11. Marshall turnaround, double team, misses off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound, Barlow.
Barlow's becoming quite a scrapper inside also. Again, you mentioned the 7 points off the bench. Also does a great job on the board. So Chris Barlow's logged some important minutes off that bench along with Janica.
Barlow 4 rebounds a game off the bench. Schrock leading the Grizzlies in rebounds at 6 per game, and Kuzic had an easy basket there. Only one doing any damage for the Colts is Steve Kuzic. He has
9 in the ball game so far.
9 of their 13 points. Falkenberg right there creating his own shot off the dribble. Misses the three-pointer. Barlow saves in the corner. Marshall saves on the sideline, and then it's pulled out of the air by Bigley. It's going to be a foul on Falkenberg, bumping Bigley.
I think they called the foul on Bigley. Grizzlies coming in now. Wholesale substitutions: Farver, Solitario, Thornsberry for the first time, Adams and Schrock.
Yeah, how often do you see Thornsberry and Adams get into the game with over 2 minutes to go in the second quarter? I don't think it's happened this year.
Yep. Good opportunity for them to get some good solid minutes.
Bounce pass, Thornsberry had a good look at it. A little too strong by the big fella.
Pass inside, Nick up on top. Good bounce pass. One of those lost arts.
Corey Beebe appeared in 6 games as a reserve last season. This is his first full varsity season. I mentioned he was a regional qualifier in track in the hurdles. And I think his brother Vince was a good runner as well. Vince Beebe, if I remember correctly.
Shot by Solitario. Tip. I'm going to give the ball to the Colts anyway. This is a little token pressure in the backcourt. Rogers gets it across to Kuzic. Kuzic loses the handle. Solitario ahead of the pack. Take it all the way with the left hand. Misses it. Farver with a follow.
Nice follow there by Andy Farver. Oh, we have a cameraman out here. I think our wonderful technician Tyler Doyle took care of that. And now we've got it. Falling down three-pointer by Beebe. Good.
Beebe coming alive here from the three-point arc.
Under a minute to play here, first half. So we'll get
moved down low by Farver. Picks up the foul. Colts waking up a little bit here in the second quarter. It's got 15 here in quarter number 2. Led mostly by Kuzic and Corey Beebe, lighting up 2 threes in the last couple trips down the floor. Farver to the free throw line.
Here's the replay of Farver following up the shot by Solitario, and Farver's at the free throw line.
We got them both. 4 for him in the ball game.
That makes Farver 5 of 9 from the free throw line this season.
BBS 3-point line. Solitaire paying a little more attention to him with that arc. Andrew going baseline, leads the check. Kuzik muscles his way past Schrock, misses. All knocked out of bounds off of Thornsberry.
Good D by Schrock underneath there. They're staying with him, not following him. Not fouling him, and
or following him.
Yeah, keeping his hand in the face of the shooter.
And the only starter on the floor right now for Wadsworth.
Colts looking to take the last shot of the first half. They better do it quick. Ball on the floor. Kuzik will get it in to make it 38-21 at the half, as the Colts made a little bit of a run there towards the end of the second quarter to make it a little closer. But the Grizzlies still up big. We'll tally them up and be right back. Back for the second half. Mike Marshall makes a basket right after the start of the quarter, and it's 40-21. Wadsworth leads with Ben Falkenberg's 14 points in the first half. He now has 700 career points as a Grizzly varsity basketball player. Ties him for 12th on the all-time scoring list in Grizzly basketball history. And we figured, Nick, 12 more regular season games at 20 points a game. We'll give him 940, we said.
Yeah, 940. Throw him up.
And it'll throw him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6th place plus the tournament. So he could get to the top 5 before the season's over. And if they make a few game run in the tournament, could hit 1,000 points for his career. 42-23, Wadsworth leads. 7 minutes left in the third quarter. 1 minute has gone by as we need to hit the effect button on our clock.
Macko picked up the foul in the backcourt. Grizzlies coming out a little bit of pressure. Colts did a nice job in the second quarter. 17 points after a 4-point first quarter. Fortunately, the Grizzlies put up 19 more as they did in quarter number 1. Andrews shaking and baking a little bit. Nice pass inside to Kuzik. Kuzik up against 3, and he's fouled. Kuzik had 11 for the Colts, their leading scorer. He's followed by Corey Beebe. Beebe had 6, his 2 threes in the second quarter. Andrews and Bigley had 2 apiece for the Colts.
Kuzik to shoot 2. Kuzik 14 points per ball game. His high this season, Steve Kuzik, who's at the line, is 21. And he's got 12 here tonight so far.
Mike Marshall with his 6th point of the night. He's got 4 here starting off the second half. Andrews and Potts trading passes. All the way down to Beebe in the corner. His 15-footer off. Schrock doing what Schrock does best, pulling down another board. Marshall coast to coast. The elbow missed it. Offensive rebound. Paul Macko hands off to Marshall, or to Falkenberg.
Saw Ben Schrock's dad, Dennis, now coach of the girls team at Jackson, former longtime coach at Doylestown, talking with Coach Hansey of the Colts before this one started. Of course, Coach Hansey, as I said, a former Wayne County League head coach.
Again, coast to coast draws another foul. Schrock's his second, 13th foul here in the second half for the Grizzlies. Kuzic back to the line. He's 2 for 4 from the stripe right now. Taking the only free throw attempts for Cloverleaf here in the ball game. There's number 5. Sitting at 13 points for the ball game. So Kuzic, Beebe, and then you go to nothing after that in the scoring column, 44-25.
Yep, with no Jim Seekford. They're hurting.
Second one rolls off. Go long pass to Marshall. Marshall looking inside. Schrock. Schrock spins. Long to the hoop. No good. Cyrus good offensive board up. And Jimmy got it. Strong move for
the muscle. Tell you what, that Jim Cyrus, he ought to be playing football. Make a good end.
That's a big body. Looks nice on that tight end slot. Next year's ball club. Cyrus completes the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Geyer trying to get it in. He's got Beebe. Beebe checks double. Back to Geyer.
Grizzlies with the pressure on. I think they got it across just in time. Beebe fires up the shot. No. And ball all over the place, out of bounds to Wadsworth. Brings Dan Brodnick, a senior, into the game. Still no sign of Jim Seekford. Team's leading scorer.
Picking up a little man-to-man. There's a little more pressure on Falkenberg. Good pass. So what's he do? Shake and make. Yep. Bang! 16 in the ball game now for Ben. The Grizzlies doing a little trapping at half court. Andrews almost traveled. Checked by Marshall. Brodnick and Geyer outside, back to Andrews. Here's Beebe, and I'm going to slap inside. You get Paul Macko, Barlow, and Janica. Players 6 and 7, first 2 off the bench for the Grizzlies here in a second half, replacing Schrock and Paulie Macko. Cloverleaf to inbound. Andrews on top. Grizzlies now settling into a 2-3. A little trapping out of that. Shot by Janica with a near steal.
Kuzic taking the open look. They're going to have to do the rest of the game. Marshall jump stop, drives in, and floats one up and in. Grizzlies already 51 points as a team, averaging 71 a game.
Marshall now with 8-6 here in the second half. Fires picking up way up on top. Brodnick. And Geyer. 22s matching jerseys on the floor.
A leaner missed. A nice run in the middle here.
And Geyer, the mystery man. They got your #1 shooter, and boy, you see the problems for these poor Colts. Down talking to their scorekeeper, and he said they knew they were in trouble when Mr. Seekford didn't show up to drive the team bus, because he usually does, to the ball game. So they knew they were going to have some problems.
replay. The last shot. Including tonight, we got 3 games in a week. Boys basketball here on WCTV. Tonight's game with Cloverleaf will be here in 2 nights. Friday against Revere, and a week from tonight, non-league game with Barberton. I'd have to imagine that's a Ray Horner game. Yep. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. You do.
Maybe he had another one.
I bet that's a Rudy Pie game too.
Oh, well, we can only hope.
Yep. Twacks the 3. That's what, 4 threes tonight for Ben?
4 threes and 18. Let's see, 19 points in the ball game for Ben.
Let's see, that's 24 threes on the season for Falkenberg.
For him now in a ball game.
Pouring it on. 56-29.
That's a good thing to watch. Mike Marshall is going. They're going to need his scoring down the stretch. Mike needs to get himself on track offensively. Very capable of putting up 15 a ball game. Jump stop that time by Andrew. He's got another one. 6 in a ball game for him.
Falkenberg in and out on 3. Rebounded Thornsberry, and he's tapped from behind by Kuza.
Jeff going to get him an opportunity to get himself on the scoreboard.
No, they're going to call that on Bigley. So Thornsberry to shoot the free throws. 6'2" junior. Solitario and Farver back in for Wadsworth. Molnar, Ryan Molnar, and Cody Berkey for Cloverleaf.
Molnar is about the only height this ball club has. Standing at 6'4".
Junior, yep.
Barry splits the pair, got himself in the book.
6'4", 112.
Growing tall, but they're growing skinny.
Blocking foul on Janiga.
It's going to be interesting next Wednesday to see how Janiga reacts in that Barberton game.
Former teammates, yep.
Starter for that ball club last year, so it'll be an emotional ball game for Kyle. Shot by Berkey there. That's the 15-footer.
45 seconds left here in the third.
Free throw line, jumper up in it. Ball games, it's nice to see them all get in the scoring book before the night's over. Ball game. 59-33. Grizzlies on top. 7.4 seconds to go. 10 Grizzlies in the scoring book so far in tonight's ball game.
Molnar gets the inbound pass, knocks it out of Thornsberry's hands as he rebounded it, but it was off him, and to Wadsworth the ball will go. Be a catch and shoot here at the end of the third. Barlow gets it, has time to go closer to the hoop, but misses. 59-33 after 3. As a lot of you know, the Lady Grizzlies fell for the first time this season to the Barberton Magics last night. Tonight's January 14th. And the Lady Grizzlies, a tough one against a tough Barberton team, but I'd have to imagine they'll see them again over at Ellett in the district tournament.
With Hudson down a little bit with their ball club this year, it's usually a Grizzly Hudson final over there, but I think Barberton's going to make some noise in that.
But there's 2 other girls teams over there that I'll have something to say about that. Cloverleaf and Stowe, 2 good girls teams that'll be there. This will be the first year. This will be the first year at the Ellet Girls District Tournament that there's more than a couple teams that are in for the running for that one. It'll be interesting to see. Those top 4 teams will probably be the top 4 seeds in that tournament. So, if I know Coach Callahan, he'll have the Lady Grizzlies bounce back and back at it. They'll play in the holiday tournament, Martin Luther King tournament, this Saturday. And they won't be back here at home until a week from this Saturday. So thus we've got the 3 boys games in a week, including tonight's game.
Foul down on the other end. Back out there to start the first half. Marshall making some noise in tonight's ball game. 12 in the ball game from Mike.
Mike was averaging 9 before tonight's game. Cyrus catches it out of the air. Schrock bounce pass to Marshall. Squares to the hoop and makes another. I would be getting Mr. Falkenberg off the floor next stop.
Well, I'm sure that there's going to be quite a few of these starters going to be leaving here in a second. 63, 30-point Grizzly lead right now. Nice pass inside. And Bigley gets it, 4th point of the ball game. Nice assist from Kuzik. Starting 5 out there, and I see Coach Martin getting up, and he's heading down the bench. He's
looking at the faces. It's like, let's see.
Falkenberg saw that. He went to the hoop, wanted to get his scoring average, and he's got 21 in the ball game. So all is right with the world for Ben tonight.
Trying to get that 1,000-point mark. It'll be tough. If anyone can do it, it's Ben. There's the scoop shot, and the 3-point conversion is good from Ben Falkenberg, the 87% free throw shooter for the Grizzlies.
When I add to that number tonight is he's 4 for 4 from the line. There goes Kuzik. His shot partially blocked. Pyrus.
Molnar can't get it to go. Pyrus with another rebound. Pyrus is averaging 4.5 rebounds a game for the Grizzlies. There's Falkenberg with another one.
And here comes the 5 coming in. Pass batted away. Pyrus got it. Ahead to Falkenberg. Oh, Ben with the no look off the leg. And here they come. Solitario, Barlow, Barber, Thornberry, and Michael Adams. For the Grizzlies, and the starting 5 has seen the last of it. Everybody in the scorebook tonight, John, except Michael Adams. So let's look for Michael to see if he can dent the scoreboard. And Justin Moser doesn't look like he's going to score with those street shoes he's got on.
And the clipboard and pencil keeping stats.
Will make it a little tough for him. 68-35.
Pretty easy night for the starting 5 for the Grizzlies, and
pass ahead to Barber. He decides to pull it back out. Marshall with a nice ball game tonight with 14. So again, need the offense from Mike. Need him to start establishing himself like he can. Jeff Thornberry inside tries to Get it to Marlowe, and we're going to get the kick.
Off Chris Potts' foot.
Kick out right here, Joe.
Pass out on top to Michael Adams. Solitario will run the game. One's in the corner. Nick on top.
Carver, three-pointer, nailed it. (71-35), doubled them up, +1. There's a shot you can take. Colts not taking the open jumpers from.
Turning down the 12-footers, looking for the 10s.
Yeah.
That
he'll take it.
Kuzik is the offense in this ball club. That's 15 tonight for Steve Kuzik. Long pass up to Michael Adams.
He throws it up and it drops in.
Give him that. Yep. You gotta give it to him. All right, Michael.
Nope, they waved it off.
Oh no, they gave it to him.
Oh, did they?
I don't know. He gave 2 signals. He waved. Oh, that's terrible. You gotta give him that. You gotta give him that.
Nope, 71-37 is the score. That basket was not given. 73-37, our scoreboard is correct.
I still think Michael should have got his. That's a lot of work. He got cheated. We're still looking for that 2-footer.
There's Kuzik, 15-footer. He's
Fouled by
touched
Farver.
by Farver. Farver says, me?
Standard response by most players. Mr. Kuzik, 13 points in the ball game. The only Colt that's been to the free throw line. This will be trip number 7 and 8 for him. Playing off the iron. And Kyle Janica checks back in for Barlow.
Here's Adams.
Comes Adams. Now you tell me that this shouldn't count. Little continuation NBA. Yep. Look at that. The left hand.
Yep.
Up and in. Kuzik splits the pair on the other end. Barlow. Thornsberry from the free throw line in and out.
Kuzik the rebound.
73-38. This one's been over since about
A minute gone in the game.
first quarter, yeah. Wasn't much doubt there. 19-4 after 1 quarter, and the Grizzlies have put it on cruise control since then.
Andrews drives in and dumps it off to Potts, who gets his first basket.
Steal by the Colts as they're going to make a late run here. Fumble by Kuzik. A timeout by Cloverleaf. I'm sure that's just what Coach Hansey wanted at this time. Again, still looking for Michael Adams to get into this scorebook. Grizzlies, Falkenberg, 24, Marshall, 14, Flock 6, Mako 6, and Fires 3. That's the scoring for the starters. They're all
On the bench.
bench time. I think probably Barlow is probably done. Also, he's got 8 in the ball game. Solitario's got a pair. Barber's got 7 in the ball game. Kyle Janica's got 2.
Coming.
They're going to look right now at the Grizzlies'
Second half
of the season. And again, that game at Talmadge glaring at you right out of the gate there. So it'll be a tough one.
That'll be, yeah. Another thing we forgot, control room, Papa John's Pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza. 334-4949 here in Wadsworth. Give them a call.
Barber cuts across the lane, a little short to Orangeberry. No good. Jeff again, point blank. Missed it, 73-42 ball game. 2-minute mark.
Approaching. Barber with the steal. 3 on none. Barber could have dunked that one. Wisely didn't.
Yeah, he could have dunked it if the hoop was 8 foot. So good choice by Andy.
And Nick, this could be a near record. We've got this ball game over just a couple minutes after 8:30.
I mean, not a lot of free throws on either team. The Grizzlies.
I feel lucky when these are over by 9.
Grizzlies have shot 9 free throws, and the Colts have shot 8. So keep people off the free throw line. That's a nice shot there by Detweiler as he gets his first 2 in the ball game. Colts got a lot of people on the scoreboard at the end of it all. Janica standing at the 3-point arc. He shakes and bakes for 2. Scoring a ball game for Kyle.
Yep. Apologize for falling asleep during this one, but it happens throughout doing all these boys and girls games here in the West Gym when there's not much going on. I tend to slide off a bit. When it's a big time game, I can really get into it. 77-44. Wadsworth leads under a minute to play.
Janica just threw one off of Cody Berkey. .6 seconds to go in this ball game. Mercifully, it will be over soon. Yeah, Thornsberry with the turnaround rolls off the rim. Back come the Colts. And the turnover. Bigley lets it slip through his fingers. Solitario taking his time, checking things out. The Grizzlies going to be satisfied with 77 points on the night as Cloverleaf backs off.
Yep,
for the final 20.
Final score will be what you see across the bottom, 77-44. The Grizzlies improve to 8-0 overall in the season, 5-0 in Suburban League play. And the Colts are now 2-7 overall, 1-4 in Suburban League play. Thanks to Phil Dell, Josh Rowe, Tyler Doyle, Jared Kunda, tonight's WCTV crew. And thanks also to Papa John's Pizza, 334-4949 here in Wadsworth. Again, our next game here on WCTV will be Friday, this Friday against Revere. And a week from tonight, Barberton will visit the West Gym. And Nick, go ahead and run down those final
scoring totals. Colts 16, they were led by Kuzik with 16. Beebe had 8, 6 for Andrews, 4 for Bigley, 2 each for Detweiler. Berkey, Potts, and Geyer for the Grizzlies. 24 by Ben Falkenberg. Marshall had 14, 9 from Farber, 6 Macko, 6 from Schrock, 8 from Barlow. Virus 3, Jeff Thornsberry had 1. Solitario had 2, and that's going to do it. And Janica's 4, so that's going to do it. 77 points, 44 for the Colts.
Yep, and the Grizzlies remain undefeated and in first place in the Suburban League. I'm John Bernard for Nick Accordino. Stay tuned for the next couple of boys games here on WCTV. We'll see you then. So long, everybody.